Hi everybody, it is 8:01 and we're just getting going here. I've posted the link and hoping that we're going to get quite a few people popping on board tonight for our Team Perfect Thursday night pajama party. Are you in your PJs? And we're going to talk about the new internship program and how you can do it at your own home, or at least part of it. So let's see here. Hi, Aubrey. Let's get this party started. Let me know if you can hear me. And I'm going to go ahead and pin the link to the top here. Boop. And then I'm also going to post over on the main page so we can get rolling. Somebody ping me or something and let me know when we are ready. Woo-hoo. I'm going to just keep on talking. And hopefully one of y'all will tell me very soon if you can hear me. I'll close out a couple of quick tabs here. I got my crazy microphone set up. Y'all have never seen this crazy thing. Let's see my microphone. Woo! Anyway, sometimes it doesn't connect correctly, and then the sound is coming from the mic on the other side of my laptop with the big old fan next to it. So I want to know if it sounds like I'm in a tin can, and then we'll fix that. Okay, let's see. Oh, thanks, thank you. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Sorry I missed your, it wasn't updating. Okay, so I want to dive right in here. I don't have any news or updates or anything like that. I just want to get a roll on talking about this crazy program that I have just come up with over the last 2 months, maybe. Thanks for tagging me, Rachel. It wasn't refreshing. I appreciate that. Okay, so here, let's talk. This right here is an ARC notebook. It has the little ringies on it. I'm not going to spend a ton of time talking about this, but I know that I made a lot of you curious as to what was inside it. So I was working on a couple of big things. You can see my tabs. Ooh. Yeah, this thing's exciting. And the thing that I posted that I had just purchased was this gigantical hole punch. So I know it's kind of crazy and huge and over the top, but this was kind of like the final piece to help me get organized and get off my butt and get this thing rolling. So let's talk internship program and what is inside this binder. And I also am just going to try to keep on refreshing every once in a while over here. I see we've got 2 viewers right now. So Rachel and Aubrey, say hi to each other. Okay, so the internship program, what is it? And what is our daily schedule going to be like? What are we going to cover? And then how can you start to take parts of that to implement in your home at the same time? And along with that, I also have a 30-day challenge for all of you to see if you might want to partake in that. Okay, the internship program was designed because I needed an assistant. I did. I still do. I'll probably always need an assistant. At the current level of my business and my life, I need somebody to help me. And I was sitting down talking to John one night, and he said, well, why don't you have your team come with you all the time? Why don't you always have somebody with you at a jewelry bar helping and learning, and then you always have a sidekick? And why don't you always have somebody in your house helping and learning, and then you also always have a sidekick? So all of that is true, but I decided that based on the idea of always having somebody in the house, I really wanted to turn my daily activities into a training opportunity. I remember last year when I had Courtney on my team and as my assistant. I don't know if many of y'all have met her. She's amazing. If you ever watch this, hi, Courtney. And she used to tell me that it was inspiring and motivating to listen to me make my daily calls because of the things that I would say to people and how I would talk to them. And that just kind of being in the room, whether she was working on something else, you know, however it was working out, and I was over here making my phone calls, that she had been learning a lot just by being there. So I put all those things together and decided we need a little mini internship program. And then it became not so mini, as a lot of things that I do. So what I wanted to tell you about the internship program today is, I'm I'm flipping to the right section of my handy dandy, newly organized ARC notebook. Okay, ideally, I want to start next week. I want to have a commitment of about 6 weeks. And along with that is going to be a 6-week curriculum of exactly what I want to cover. And the reason this impacts you at home is I have to prepare those materials to be able to share with people who are here in my home. And then I'm going to take those items, the curriculum items, and then deliver them back to you in my weekly videos. So you're going to be able to get the weekly information. But the most important part is the foundation of the program. So just imagine either you're a new designer or you've been a designer a long time and you need a little like adrenaline jolt for your business, or you've recently decided to take the plunge and leave your full-time job, whether it's by choice or not. Maybe you got laid off and decided you didn't want to go look for another full-time job, and you want to see if you can make your business work for you. So if that's the case, maybe what you would really like to have is a boot camp of sorts, a not guaranteed, but a pretty darn close to guaranteed way for somebody to say, here's the steps to follow. If you do A through Z, you are going to see growth, improvement, and I was going to say massive, more income in your business, possibly massive. So what we're doing is developing a habit. The habits of daily activity in network marketing business are invaluable. I was talking to my great friend Henri today. This is a shameless plug. Yay! Henri is my bestie, and she wrote this amazing book, and I love it. I've read it twice, actually. And we were having a conversation today over coffee, and she said success can be boring. Now, of course, we all love to be successful, but the work that it takes to be successful can be a little bit rote. You're doing it over and over and over again, the same things every single day. But those daily activities are the things that are going to bring you success. So coming full circle here, the point of this internship program is that I have an extremely structured day, and I want to bring 2 or 4 of you lovely designers into my home 2 days a week and immerse you in activity. And the way that I structure my day is as follows. In the beginning of the day, I check in with myself. Does that sound funny? I have to check in with myself. I have to get super clear on what I want to accomplish for the day. And I have taken my what I already do and turned it into a structured form that I'm going to share with you today on this video. So in the beginning of the day, I check in with myself. Where am I and where do I want to be? And then from there, I make my list of the things that I'm going to do for the day, my calls, the things I'm going to mail, what I need to learn about, what I need to check in on, who I need to post to. Then comes the fun part. I actually do those things. So it's like the check-in in the morning, followed by the activity, well, making the plan, and then doing the work. Do the work, do the work. And then after that is kind of a learning time. So in my internship plan, what we're going to have is this morning session where we're going to do our daily activity planners, and then we're going to check in with each other, and I'm going to give advice based on what everyone has written down on their daily planners. And then we're going to do our daily activity. And so if there's 2 of us or 4 of us here, we will all be doing our calls, working on our mail outs, writing things down. And by being here present in my home, the people who are here will be able to hear what I say, do as I do, ask me questions, what do you do in this situation? And I'll be able to give them instant feedback on it. However, you can't do these things at home and then post your questions and also participate. So I'm hoping that you will. And then after we finish our required daily activities, we're going to move on to the lesson for the day. And this is the part that will be posted for all of you at home to be able to follow along on Thursday night. And it will be based on the curriculum of the 6 weeks, which I'll go in just a minute. After we finish the lesson, we'll do some question and answer time, followed by a little checkout session with all of us together, preparing for the next day, finishing our paperwork, and going home. It's going to be a pretty long day. I'm thinking it's going to be 3.5 to 4.5 hours. Sounds crazy, but I'm talking about people who really want this like crazy jolt. That doesn't mean you have to have that much time. If you work full time, I hope you didn't just tune me out. This can definitely be customized for the amount of time you have available. You can only do what you can do. So if you have 20 minutes in your car at lunchtime to make calls, that works. Hopefully you will look at this tool, which I'm about to show you. Are you getting excited? Hopefully you'll look at this tool as something that helps you get super focused so that that very limited time that we all have can be used to its maximum potential for building your business. Okay. Have a post. What did you say? That's it. I'm moving to Austin. Love you, Aubrey. Okay. I wish you would. No, I'm just kidding. Don't come here. I don't need the competition. Just kidding. Okay. So I really think that all of you can do this at home almost as well as you could do it here. The people who are going to be successful here are the ones who, don't be offended, maybe lack a little bit of self-discipline. So the people who have a really hard time sitting down and making themselves do their work because they're very easily distracted by all the other things they'd rather be doing. And a lot of times we don't want to make phone calls and we would rather scrub pots and pans and shift laundry and give the dog a bath than call our past customers. And I understand that. So if you come to my house, you don't have those distractions, and I have you, and I will stand here and tell you, make your calls until you do them. That's all it takes. Somebody's telling you to do it. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick curriculum overview, and then we're going to go through the daily planner in this 30-day challenge. Okay, this is how busy I've been. Check out this. I know you can't read it. These are my curriculums for the 6 weeks. And each week is based on a kind of a soft skill or a core value. So things like, well, I'll get back to what they are. And then, so that combined with a hard skill or an actual how to do something. So I have all 6 weeks topic-wise planned out what we're going to cover, along with a list of what you need to do. A couple of doodles up there. What you need to have, that kind of stuff. So here we go. Some examples of things we're going to cover in our trainings. Goals, plans, and commitment. What Origami Owl gives you, your why, creating a vision for your future, and developing a plan to get to those goals. So that's kind of like that whole high level thing. And then we're going to come down and go hard skills. How to get started, new designer basics. So whether you've been in 1 month or 1 year or longer, developing your contact list, paperwork, labels, catalogs, rack cards. What are these things? How do you find them? How do you get them printed? Do you even need them? What should your budget be? Product knowledge, learning your takeout menu, your voicemail greeting, your email signature, your email address. So all of that back to basic stuff that sometimes as seasoned designers and leaders, we forget about it. And we think, oh yeah, I really need to do that e-sig for like 10 months. And then we realized we could have had this signature for 10 months. Another week going over our mission statement, core values, culture, drinking the aqua Kool-Aid, why you're a walking billboard for your business and your company, grace and humility, love, lots of love in this whole thing. And then let's go practical, how to do a jewelry bar, what to pack, packing lists, calls to people before the event, what to wear, when to arrive, going over the presentation and things like, pardon me, I'm gonna get something to show you. Things like these super duper little cards that are just so cute. Where's the rest of them? So the things that you can, if you need a script written down, things that you can use to put your notes on the back of. Seriously, how cute is this? I think these are from Paris Paul. So a simple little tool that I will share during the internship. And then guess what, ladies? Post it that same week for all of you to have. So it'll be an ongoing 6-week rotation. And every time the same weeks come up, we will go back to these same items and do them again. Okay, a couple of other quick things. Emerging leaders. Talking about your first team member and your 5th team member and how that changes you as a designer. and a leader. Developing your communication style as a leader, edifying the company and your upline, other leaders, listening in on coaching calls with me and your team. How to share the opportunity. What do I say? What do I say to a stranger who says, "What a beautiful necklace. Where did you get that?" How do you answer that? Some people are really good at that, and some people are struggling with that. So talking about that and doing some role-playing exercises, that'd be awesome. How to coach your hostesses, being a force for good, looking at our mission statement, changing the world, what you will give back based on what you've gotten from Origami Owl, and then how to put it all together. This last one's kind of my favorite. Your business versus your team, priority management, your schedule, your office hours, and doing this all at home. So finishing up with kind of a miniature graduation ceremony of sorts, where we get to go over, let's take this out into the real world, coming down from the mountaintop kind of thing. And again, sharing this all with all of you at home to follow along. So anyway, I think it's going to go really well. I'm super excited. My ultimate goal is to have pairs. So if we end up with 2 people who can do Tuesday, Thursday, and 2 people who can do Wednesday, Friday, we might have these 2 pairs of people on the different days. But ideally, 2 of you would be able to sign up together and you would become long-term pacing partners, because you would both be here in the thick of it, dealing with crazy me. I'm pretty crazy in person and I can be intense, and y'all will be like, "Oh my gosh, don't give that woman any more coffee. Stop it." And it'll be fun, and y'all can be little besties for life, or at least in business. Okay. And the graduation ceremony would be awesome to have like just a little get together here, and we could like get on Skype or whatever, and you guys could all see everybody, and I won't give them graduation hats or anything. So anyway, so if you guys have questions about this whole crazy thing, let me know. I think I'm going to put a I'm interested sign up sheet kind of thing. I will post those cards for you, Aubrey. So I'll post something. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I know it's a big commitment. So I'm not sure if I'm actually going to get people who live locally who want to do this, who can do this, who will be committed to doing it. So I know it's a lot of time. I realize that it's hard to find 8 hours a week to be away from your house. I get it, but it's worth it. Oh, hi, Dana. I wish you lived in Austin too. Okay. So, oh, hey, Dana, are you also on the event page? Because they're chatting over there too. I just want to make sure that you're in there. I'm going to tag you over there. Let's see here. Dana. There you go. I just tagged you. Okay. So here we go. Sneak peek. What is this whole daily activity thing? So imagine you've come to my house. We're probably going to set up partially in my office, and then across my hall over there is my dining room. And I'll probably actually set up everybody in there for their own office space, so you don't have to be all, I mean, this room looks huge, but it's not big for 5 people to be in. So anyway, you come here. Maybe you grab Starbucks on the way. Maybe you make a cup of coffee at my house with one of my super cute coffee mugs. And then you go and sit down at your desk space. And what do? You're going to pull out this form. You are not ready for what you're about to see. What is this? What could this possibly be? Okay, I'm going to show you the real one. Let me just share my screen. Oh, screen share. Let's go to okay, here it is. The daily activity planner. Okay, I know you can't see the whole thing yet. So here we go. You sit down at your desk, and this is what you're going to be looking at. I'll zoom out a little so you can kind of see the whole thing. It looks like this. It's all on one sheet, but let's zoom back in so we can start reading it together. I am going to post this to the team page tonight. So you guys are all going to have it. You don't need to take screenshots, and you don't need to take, jot this down real fast or anything like that. It's all going to be there for you. So you'll write down the date, And then you're going to write the one-liner for your vision for the day. Okay, so today I choose to do the work necessary to grow my business because, and the reason I have this here is sometimes we do kind of vision and goal setting work and then we forget about it Okay, so we forget about it and then we are distracted by life. And when we get back on track, sometimes we can tap back into that motivation that we once had, maybe right after our, sorry, I got a weird message on my screen. Sometimes we can get back to like that convention excitement and stuff, and sometimes we can't. But every single day, your motivation for your vision might be a little bit different. Today, I might say, I am choosing to do the work necessary to grow my business because we are going to have a cash-only Christmas. And that might be what really is motivating me today and the reason that I'm working on my business. Or it might be something else. I really want to promote to the next level by convention next year. Or I really want to go to Maui, or whatever it is. Sometimes it's going to be financial. I need $5,000 before February 25th because I have something massive due, and if I don't have it, I'm going to lose my house. So that's crazy, but that might be the thing that you just found out today, and that is why you're choosing to do the work necessary to grow your business. So every day, you write it down. It's one line. If it's the same line every single day, that's fine. If it's different every day, that's also fine. Okay, so what's this whole thing? Here is where I write day. Let's see, today is the, I don't know if I can type in here. No. Day blank of blank. So let's say we're looking at the 15th of next month. So day 15 of 30 in November. So I would be 50% done. Tomorrow, we're going to be on day 31 of 31 in October. So we'll be 100% done. So what's all this stuff? Over here, we've got our goals. So your goals will stay the same all throughout the month. We'll set our goal at the beginning of the month, and then this part will be the same every single day. I will provide you the Word doc. So if you want to type it in before you print out 30 copies, I think that's a great idea. So you'll have your goals here, and then you'll update this top section every day by logging into your back office and taking a quick peek at it. So let's look at a quick example here, and it's a fake example made by me. Let's see, screen share, back to me, there I am. Okay, let me see what we can see here. So we are going to be debt-free so it makes sense. So we're going to be debt-free by the end of the year. It's day 15 out of 30, the month is 50% done. Here were my goals for the month. 5,600 PV, 10 new team members, 15 jewelry bars. I want to be paid as director. I want 30 frontliners that are volume qualified and $100,000 in central team volume. Okay, look, those are crazy. Don't get discouraged by those. I was just being random and writing them all down. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be nice. I'll take it. So then let's say I've written down my actual. So PV, by logging into the back office and looking, 1,700, I've added 3 new team members. By the 15th of next month, yes, please. I've got 8 jewelry bars on the books. I'm currently paid as senior team leader level. I have 12 of my frontline volume qualified, and we're currently at 56,000 central team volume. Okay, let's continue down the page. Oops, not Q&A. Not, I don't know what that is. I clicked on the wrong thing. PDF. Share. There we go. Okay, so this will make more sense as we go through another example. A quick overview for anybody who is new and doesn't know these terms. These are, briefly, personal volume, your personal wholesale value of sales, your new team members, so how many team have you added, and jewelry bars. So this is your bookings for the month. Paid as is your rank that you're paid as right now so far in the month, and that will change daily as you get more people, more dollars, more volume. PSQV, personally sponsored volume qualified. This is in your back office. I can actually show you what this is. This is your number of people that you sponsored on your front line who have reached $99 that month, so they count as active. This is in the career plan, and It is called personally sponsored active designer, or the active row in the career plan. Let's just look at that real quick. ACTIVE. Nope, that's not it. Actually, you know what? I shouldn't show you that right now. That's off topic. We'll come back. Okay, I'll stay focused. And then central team volume is what your team has done so far. So let me see if I'm logged in back here, and I'll show you guys some fun stuff. And screen, designer office. Okay, so here you can see in my back office that I've got a PV for the month is almost 1,500. My team volume is at almost 70,000, and I have 17 active personally sponsored designers. Actually, over here, volume qualified personally sponsored designers. Sometimes these numbers are different by 1 or 2, and I don't remember what the difference is, so I'm sorry that I don't know. I should know that. But this is how many I have. So I have 50 people on my front line right now, and 17 are volume qualified, meaning they've done $99 or more. And then I have 2 new people I've added this month. Hi, Aubrey. And, oh my gosh. Bauer. Angela, sorry, I totally drew a blank. Hi. Seriously, you guys are going to kill me. This is not nice. Aubrey, I'm saying hi to you because you're on my mind, because I have you tomorrow morning. Oh my goodness. Kayla and Angela are my newbies that I wanted to say hi to, but now I'm a dork because my shout out was a horrible non-shout out. Forgive me and pretend like that part's not in there. Okay, guess what? We are going back to share something else. Yeah, I might be blushing a little bit. Don't look. Let's go back. There. I'm saved. Top part. Now, here's why this is very valuable. What we're going to do is now design our daily activity based on these numbers. So let me scroll down. Here's one of my favorite quotes. Discipline is just choosing between what you want now and what you want most. That's right. I may want a lot of things right now, like a whole lot of chocolate and to watch some TV and play on Facebook for about 5 hours. But right now, what I really want most is to be out of debt, have a massive team, promote to senior director, and create magnetic team culture. So what am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm not going to do is go eat a whole bunch of chocolate, which by the way is not related to my team, and I'm not going to go play on the internet. Okay, so here's today's work. I'm going to run through these. Number 1, call. Who am I going to call? Okay, look. If I have added more team than my goal, but I don't have a lot of bookings, I should probably call some potential hostesses. If I have no new team members and I need 5, and I have had 15 jewelry bars booked and only 8 was my goal, I probably need to call potential designers. So based on how far you are along in achieving your goals, you decide what you're going to do today. I'm sorry, not what you're going to do. Who are you going to call today? I have 5 spots for calls here. Is 5 arbitrary? Kind of. 5 calls a day is a good baseline number for getting you going on daily activity and this commitment. If you call more, I am proud of you. If you work full time and you call 1, I'm proud of you. If you call 1 person every day this month and you don't normally do that, I am excited for you because you are getting into daily activity. So you can adjust this according to your available time. You can also adjust it according to your goals. I mean, maybe you don't want a team of 50 on your front line and $100,000 a month in central team volume. I mean, maybe you don't want a $6,000 to $8,000 commission check off that massive growing team. And that's okay. Some people can't handle massive growth. I get it. Don't be afraid though. If that's what you want, don't be afraid. Okay, number 2, mailing. What do I need to mail today? This isn't always things that are on your to-do list, but sometimes they are. So if you don't really feel like you have to mail anything today, stop and think, who could I mail a takeout menu to? Like a hostess packet is always going to be a to-do list item. You book a party, you need to mail that hostess packet right away. Thank you notes sometimes get overlooked. Some of you are so good, Rachel, about writing handwritten thank you notes all the time. And some of you, like me, are sometimes struggling with getting caught up with those. So putting these things on your list and mailing out 3 things a day is going to be a great way to keep you on track with your business. The third thing we're going to do is learn this today. I need to learn something. We'll expand on this a little bit more. During the internship program, it will be things that I decide on. But if you are doing a self-study at home, you might be able to figure out what it is you want to learn about. In my example, I want to learn how to use Pinterest as a business tool so that I can work more at night after my kids asleep and not have to call people at 10 p.m. Like I want to grow my business while the world is sleeping. So by the way, the world never sleeps and Pinterest is on 24/7. So that's a great business tool, as it were. Okay. Number 4, be informed. Check out what's new in the back office. This is your job, okay? It's your job. You have to know what's going on. Bottom line, I have no tolerance for not knowing, particularly in my house. So if you're here and you're in the internship, this is going to be for sure important. However, as a designer, it's your job to know. So go in the back office. You look for all the recent announcements, read and know everything in the hoot, check for the product availability list, that's the out of stock list, and see if there's any new webinars you need to watch. Maybe you missed something. Once you have done all of this stuff in this order, I did my calls, I mailed some stuff. It's all in my purse with stamps on it, ready to go. I learned something today about my business and developing that business, and I made sure that I had a good handle on everything that's going on. Then what happens, people? Then you can lead. Okay. So, sorry, I'm just catching up over here. What? You girls are listening at work, having a pause button? Okay. So first, you're working your business all the way up until here. Then you're helping your team. This is a huge point, a huge issue of, okay, this is going to sound really crazy, but my camera is off. Okay, I just noticed the light was off on my camera and it kind of freaked me out because usually that means it lost connection, but it's because I'm sharing my screen. Okay, I'll stop. Don't think, just do. First, work your business, then help your team. So once you have done all these things for your business, you can be a better helper and you can sustain your team and your team growth because you're working your business. Teams want leaders who lead by example. So I will tell you guys, I have added 2 people to my front line every month for the last 3 months, and I'm very proud of that. I've added 17 people in the last 12 months. That's exciting, except it's not a consistent 2 per month. So I know that means a lot to all of you to see when I'm adding a new person myself. And it's important to me that I'm that kind of leader. However, if I stop adding new people on my front line and focus on helping the 3, 5, 10, 15, or 50 people on my front line, eventually a percentage of those people will go away and I will have a smaller front line, smaller income, and my whole team structure will start to collapse because that is how things work. People have life and life happens. And the bottom line is you have to work your business no matter what. Then you can help your team. Part of the reason we have the Team Perfect page is to help you guys, is to help take that load off of feeling like you have to answer every question every time. I have so many sweet, sweet girls on my team who will message me. And then if I don't get back to them an hour later, they'll say, never mind, I posted on the team page and got my answer, thanks. And I'm so glad they let me know, which is awesome. So that's why that page is there. So here we go. Help. Who do I need to help today? So when you're filling this out in the morning, this whole daily activity planner, you might have somebody in the back of your mind that you need to help that day. Like, oh, somebody asked me a question on Facebook, somebody texted me, and you feel like you need to answer them right away. Instead of answering them in the morning before you get your focus on, we're going to answer them when we get here, but you're going to write it down so you can take it out of your RAM, your ready access memory, like a computer. Instead of thinking about it every 5 minutes for the whole morning, you're just going to write it down and do it when you get to it. And then post. So here I have help to help one person, and then I have post to help a lot of people. Writing a super simple post that you can put on our team page, on your own team page, send out to via email to your team, something that would help everybody. And I usually go with something pertinent to the time of the month. Like if it's the 15th, we're halfway through. Just learn something huge, like, hey, there's nothing out of stock. Oh my gosh. I like to make it super simple, but something that would be helpful to the whole team. So Help 1 or 2 people specifically, and then help the whole team in general. And then finally, the last one here, get social. You've earned 20 minutes on Facebook, set a timer. But what are we going to do on Facebook? Well, first thing you're going to do is update any online parties. Then you're going to message any potential customers or hostesses that you only message with on Facebook. You can do an Instagram or Facebook post about your own life and business, which, by the way, is a great way to get people interested in your business. Then, if you want to surf and play, and you still have time left in your 20 minutes, you can go on the team page to answer questions that have still been unanswered, or you can even go read news from some of those other crazy groups that you may or may not be in. There's a lot of groups out there. That is the overview of the today's work section of the daily activity planner. Another great quote, I cannot control what others do, but I can control my own daily activity. I know a lot of times we get caught up on, I just can't get anyone to fill in the blank, buy anything from me, book a party, sign up, whatever it is. I just can't get them to whatever. I understand that. I do understand, because that happens to everyone. We all hit these little lulls where nobody seems to want to say yes. Well, let me tell you something. You can't make them say yes. All of the best closing techniques in the world won't fix it if it's not the right time for someone. And even if you do get them to say yes, that doesn't mean they're going to stick around and become a big team builder, because you just forced them into it. So they're probably not going to be super productive for you. But what you can control is what you do every single day. And if what you do is this, let me tell you something. Your business is going to go crazy. Okay, at the end of the day, we fill in the results. New bookings, total sales, and team added. Okay, are y'all tired of looking at that? Want to see my face? My face is coming back. Hi, I missed you. Okay, I want to know if you have questions so far, but while you're thinking about them, let me do a fast recap for how this works. I show up to work for the day, whether that is your kitchen table, your home office, or my house. I get my cup of coffee or whatever I drink. I do have water too, you guys. See, I drink water. I do really. And I sit down with my daily planner. I fill out the top part with my vision, the thing that's motivating me today, what day it is and the percentage, how far along we are in the month. I copy over my goals, and then I write all of my current stats across the top. Based on those, I fill out the entire rest of the form. So then I fill in who I'm going to call, who I'm going to email, what I want to learn, and what I think I'm going to lead about. Then, once I've done that whole planning session, which, by the way, should take no more than 10 minutes, then I start doing the work. This planner becomes my checklist for the day. So after it's filled out, then I go back and I start here. First call, first person. Do not pass go and collect $200. Do not skip the calls and go down here and do all this and come back to you start right here. Number 1 is call, not number 2 mail. So start with 1, call. Y'all know who I'm talking to. And you call your 5 people. And when you're done, you're going to feel like $1,000,000. You check them off and you write your outcome. Oh, I got a booking. They said no. I left a voicemail. Their phone number changed, whatever it is. Then you do your mail. Then you do your learning. As you go, you check these little guys off. All the way through. And when you're all done with that, then you just fill out the bottom part. How many bookings did I get? Did I get any sales today? That's always nice to write down. And to have anybody new who signed up. I know that Rachel posted something. Boop. This is perfect. Oh, I love you, Rachel. Thank you. Okay. So this is the planner. What I'm going to show you next is the 30-day daily activity challenge. It kind of looks like this, except I highlighted on mine. Okay, so here's the deal. The top part here is about goals. So at the beginning of the month, you're going to set those goals, and this is a special page for you to do it. Those are the goals that are going to go right there. So you're going to spend just a little bit of time, maybe 15 minutes, to sit down and think about, in November, what do I want? You can pick a number out of thin air. It doesn't matter. You can look at your last 3 months and take an average. You can look at what you did last November and decide if you want more or less than that. You can ask somebody else who has a team about your size what their volume was, and then you can see from that what you might be able to have as your team volume. I understand that when you're first starting, it's hard, but as you grow and become a leader, you start thinking in those terms. You start thinking in, what do I want my team volume to be this month, and how can I help my team as a whole achieve that? So you're only going to fill in the start and finish dates for the month, and then the goals. These are the completed outcomes. So at the end of the 30 days, we're going to fill it out. But in my example here, I'm pretending it's the 15th of November. Is that weird? I'm just pretending it's about 2.5 weeks from now. And the month isn't done. So that's my example. Okay, what's down here? Boop. This is a checklist. Okay, this is fun. I'm going to go ahead and show you the next page on. Okay, so let's look up here. Where's my tracker? Okay, here's what I was just showing you, the 30-day daily activity challenge. So start date and end date, your goals for those same 6 areas that are shown at the top of the tracker. And then here's the tracking. So we've got 30 days. I highlighted Sundays on mine because I don't work on Sundays. I mean, I do jewelry bars or events, but I don't usually call people. Some people say it's a great day to do calls. Some people say it's a great day to do parties. I don't tend to do my calls on those days. So I highlighted them so that I would know those are Sundays. If I don't make calls, that's okay. However, it's still, I have to show you this. I have to show you my face. I have to. Oh, where's my face? It's still important that you touch your business every single day, because if you don't at least do the tiniest little thing, log into your back office and look at your numbers and think about who you might need to mail something to tomorrow or whatever it is, then Monday morning is going to be like, it's just a little bit harder to start over. So just staying in touch with it. It's sort of like saying, are you ever really able to take a day off from being a mom? Well, you might go on vacation and not really think about your kids for a couple of hours, maybe, but it's not like you're going to just pretend like you're not a mom for 24 whole hours and then the next day be like, oh my gosh, I have 6 kids. Like, you can't really turn that part off. So once you're all the way in to being in this business, it becomes a part of you and who you are as opposed to what you do. And thinking about it on a Sunday is important. So I highlighted those in my example more because it tells me when the week starts, but also because I don't usually call people about business on Sundays. So the calls, it would have been sufficient to just highlight the call section. Okay, which is right here. So basically, we could say, is this a yes or no? Like, did I do the whole stinking thing? Did I do everything, all this, yes or no? And I could just make this one checkbox. However, I know a lot of you will want to try to skip your calls, okay? I know you will try to skip these. You'll say, I filled out my planner every day for the whole month. Well, good freaking job. Did you call 5 people a day? So you can put a check mark every time you complete these items. So these match the other items. Did I do all of these? If you start at the top like you're supposed to, your check marks should go all the way across by the end of the month. And then maybe the first couple of days you get all the way through everything. And then there's a couple of days that you don't have time to do your own learning and getting on Facebook. So these should be empty. But so you could have some checks at the top, but then not some at the bottom because you didn't get to finish. What we don't want to see is a lot of checks at the bottom and blanks at the top, which I know is how a lot of you are currently working your businesses. And that's, you are not doing the calls or the mailing, you're not sharpening the saw and learning more about how to be better at what you're doing. And instead you're spending a lot of time on social media and answering team questions because it feels important and urgent, but it's not actually going to grow your business. So we want to turn those check marks upside down so the checks are mostly at the top with any missing boxes being at the bottom. Notes and lessons, hooray. Okay, let me close that out. Yay. So that is the tracker. Ta-da! In my one little example, I also have some X's here. I said, oh, I was sick that day, so I didn't do any work. That's fine, that happens. Okay, at the end of 30 days, we get to compare the goals versus the outcome and use this little tracker thing to see if you did the work to be able to achieve the goals. Sounds pretty simple, right? Boop. Let me do a little refresh. Anybody there? Any questions? I see there's like 7 of you watching right now. I guess you're all just so engrossed you don't even know. Let's see here. So I also have one other page that will be included. It's a 3-page PDF. So this little page is instructions. The 30-day activity challenge, daily activity challenge instructions. So your prep work. What is your prep work going to be? You'll get the PDF and you will print out this little guy and you'll spend some time thinking about your goals. Done. Then you'll get this little guy and you'll type in your goals here before you print 30 copies. If you're not doing Sundays. 26. I think there's only 4 Sundays. Okay, so then you're going to print out all of these blank ones and put them in a stack and stick them on a clipboard or arc them or bind them or put them in a binder or whatever works for you. And you're going to take that thing and put it on your workspace because you're committed to doing this. All right. Then what happens? Okay, like I said earlier, I'm just going to run through this and see if I forgot anything. When you sit down to work, the first action, no matter what, is to fill in your planner. Then you'll complete, when you do that, you'll complete the top portion. And then before you actually start doing work, you fill in all these blanks. Then maybe you want to fill them in based on how far along you are on some of your goals. So if you, like I said earlier, don't have a lot of new team members, these should be prospects versus potential hostesses, or vice versa. If you have a lot of booking, or if you don't have a lot of bookings, but you do have a lot of new team members, then you're actually going to do the work. So start at the top, make your calls, and work your way down and across. And that's it. Covered all that. Covered all that. Each day when you're finished with your work, whether you've worked for only 10 minutes or 4 hours, your very last activity is to fill out this results section so you can track what you've completed, and then pop back over to this page and fill in all your check boxes. Easy peasy, right? Okay, so who wants to take the 30-day challenge? Is anybody excited? Do you guys want to have this PDF? Are you hungry for that? You want me to upload it right now? I want everybody to start November 1st, so that's why I wanted to do this today, so that you just have, you know, another day or two, and then maybe on the 1st you can actually be ready to get going. I know tomorrow's Halloween, so everybody will be super busy, but this is also going to be doable for just about any month. I wanted to see if I had any suggestions for the learning section that just popped into my mind. Some things that I had written down that you could self-study on if you identified them as areas that you need help in. Booking scripts, so what to say to people when you're calling them out of the blue to see if they want to have a party. What to pack or how to pack for a jewelry bar in 2 bags or less. How to organize your paperwork from a party, blah, blah, stuff like that. So those are some suggestions that I have on the learning section so that every day you're learning a little bit about your business. Boop, boop, boop. Wow, you're ingenious. Rebecca, I love you. Thank you. Oh, you guys are so great. I'm really happy to hear you're excited, and here's why. I finished this last night, and I was like squealing, okay? I was up until like 12:30, which is late for me, and because I get up very early with a child, and I wanted to post it right then, and I wanted to post it in like 3 other groups instead of like saving it for today. I wanted to like shout it to the world, look, you're going to change your life and change your business, and this is awesome. And then I thought, no, I better sleep on it and make sure it still is awesome in the morning. And when I got up, I was even more excited about it. So that usually tells me it's a good idea. And look at this. It is 10 minutes ahead of the end of the call. Yes, upload them. Love you. Love y'all. You're amazing. All of you. Hi, Vicki. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else I want to tell you before I upload it. I'm not uploading until I hang up because I know you guys will stop listening to me. I have the power. Okay. Anything else about the internship? What was I going to say? Rachel's going to Staples tomorrow. Are you going to get an arc binder, Rachel? I've heard if you want the punch, this little thing here, there are 40% off coupons that I didn't have. I only had a 15% off, but I bought it anyway because I had a Visa gift card that somebody had given me as a present. So I used that. Oh, what else is in my binder? Do you want to know about that? Not really. It's some cool stuff though. A little bit of the planning for the internship program, which I am stoked about, if you can't tell. I also wanted to share this with you. I am doing 2 crazy things, and I can post links for you guys. But let me show you what they are. There's this, I have the Origami Owl planner, and I like it, but I struggle with it, and I'll show you my mess. Oh. This is just another quick thing about organization. 3 thoughts just popped into my head. Okay, I did some Pinterest organizing, and no, I didn't organize Pinterest. I did some Pinteresting on organization. So I have a new org board in Pinterest. And I found a lot of helpful things. One is like a bag to put this in so that it's not all over your purse, which is awesome. But I want to show you that this, by the way, stickers look super cute on here. This Origami Owl planner that I love, for me, has been a mess, like a crazy mess. Mine tends to look like this. Like, does that look organized to you? Maybe. It's not organized. I got stuff all over the place. I don't have a rhyme or reason. So I watched this awesome video where a lady was saying how she uses a similar style planner. And by the way, I also have a doodling issue, so I like scribble all over my planner. So she had said that instead of using the little sections as morning, noon, and night, morning, day, and night, she does this, which I thought was pretty genius. Doesn't that look cute? So she uses these removable stickers. And she does her work to do items at the top and her appointments in the middle, and then her home to do items at the bottom. So whether it's what she's cooking for dinner or, you know, needing to pick up something from one of her kids or whatever. So the whole idea of using these things got me a little bit more organized. I just wanted to show you that because I thought it was cute. And then if they're removable, if somebody cancels and reschedules for a different day, you can just pop it over, which is really handy too. Now, unfortunately for me, and maybe for some of you, this right here is not enough room for all the stuff I have to do in a day. So I did some research and I came across this thing called the Day Designer, which is another planner, because we all need 2 of those, right? Or 3 or 4. And I fell in love. Let me see if I can show you a page in action. I'll show you a partial in action page. This is for tomorrow. Okay, so this is by, I think her name's Whitney Holcomb. And the reason I'm showing you this is because they have a 1-page free printable on their website. And I'll post a link if this looks like something that you might like to organize your stuff. Okay, Rachel, I saw your question about paper. I'm a total paper snob, and I admit it. But because I love this paper so much, I'm going to show you. Hammer Mill, color, copy, digital. Don't get cover. Color, copy, cover is like a really thick cardstock, so don't get the one that says cover here. It's just digital. It used to be called color copy, but it has a green apple on the front. This stuff is the whitest, smoothest paper. I love to print on it, and I love to write on it with a pen too. So I love it. Love it. Okay, so this little thing, real briefly, the Day Designer. Date. Today's top 3. Like, if nothing else gets done, these 3 things have to get done. Those go right there. Then we've got things like what's due, dollars. Like, do I have to pay a bill? Do I owe somebody some money? Dinner. And then don't forget, like for me, I'm about to actually write on here, don't forget tomorrow's PJ day for the school. So that's important. PJ day. Because they don't do Halloween costumes yet at 3 years old. And then we've got the left side here is agenda, and then the right side is to-dos, because that's about how many I have in a day. Notes, and then gratitude. How awesome. Okay, so a quick example of Tuesday of this week. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff, you guys. So that's my life. It's busy. Okay, that one. And then what was the other thing I was going to tell you real quick? There was something else. Let's see if there's any questions while I think about it, and then I'll let you guys go. 3 planners, Aubrey. Oh my gosh, how do you stay organized? I could never do that. Okay. Is the planner in the back office? I think it's out right now, but I have one. This amazing question just came in from Dana Richmond. Oops, when that happens. I have a brand new Origami Owl planner that has a small printing error in it, and they gave them to us. They gave us each one for free at the Directors Academy, and I was trying to decide the best way, the best solution for getting it to someone. And the first person I had on my list was Rachel Turner, who had one and then sold it. But then we were kind of going back and forth about whether or not it was going to work for us to use. So Rachel, I know that you wanted a planner and that you had a planner and that you sold it to somebody else, and I didn't know if you still wanted one. However, I've been thinking about using this extra one that I have as an incentive, knowing full well that there are a couple of printing errors, but I think most of them were in October. Not sure. Anyway, we'll discuss that as well. I can't remember what my other thing was in here. Day designer. Daily activity list, internship program. I think that's everything. Okay, ladies, I'll wait one more minute for questions, and then we are going to sign off for the night. And I am super duper pumped that all of you are so excited about the new daily activity planner and how it's going to impact your business. I want to hear all about it. I'm really excited to get on a 6-week training program. So we're going to be on a revolving 6 weeks where we've got all of our team members getting their daily activities going, and then adding on to that with these weekly training, revolving weekly trainings that I just think they're going to create a magnetic culture for Team Perfect, where people want to be part of the supportive environment with this ongoing training system. And it's going to allow all of you to become these amazing leaders by taking all these tools from all over the place and being trained on them repeatedly. And then eventually you'll be able to train your own teams on them. So I'm all excited. I'm like super high on the Aqua Kool-Aid these days. Great questions. Okay, Marna had some questions. How much time do you spend on learning, and what types of activities are you doing about whatever? Okay, she says establishing a Facebook page, things like that. So I recommend time appropriate for the task. So you couldn't say something like, I would like to learn my entire, I don't even know, I want to read the whole policies and procedures manual in 15 minutes, which isn't going to work because it's like 8 pages. But if you want to learn more about our policy and procedures, then put it on your list for your daily activity and time box yourself. I say like 20 minutes, but it depends on your time. So if you're a full-timer like me, meaning I don't have an extra job outside of the home, I'm a stay-at-home mom, but my kid is in school. I have 5 hours a day to do every freaking thing I need to do, from hair to doctor to Chloe going to the doctor, taking care of the house, like all the stuff, plus all my business. So it's not like I have 40 hours a week, but this is what I do. So if you're like me, 20 minutes a day on learning new stuff is awesome. Sometimes I round that to 30 because I want to learn something new all the time. And occasionally, as with the new team members, it's going to be longer. It's going to be like an hour to an hour and a half stretch because they're going to have questions. It's going to be the first time they've encountered something, and it will be a bigger topic. So on Thursdays, you can always say, I'm going to have a whole hour of training because I'm going to hop on Katie's video. Check. That's done for Thursdays all the time. You don't get to choose what you learn, but that's okay. So it depends on what it is. If you need to learn how to add custom tabs to your Facebook thing, then look for a YouTube video on it, or ask on our team page, does anybody have a great tutorial that they could recommend? People will have recommendations. Instead of asking on the team page how to do something difficult, like how do you pack for a jewelry bar? Maybe say, have any of you seen any great YouTube trainings or new information in the back office? Maybe you should find that about packing for your jewelry bars. Or I'm trying to pack for my jewelry bar in just 2 bags and I can't seem to make it work. I'm in 3 bags and here's why, and here's all my stuff. Can anybody help me? Like those kind of things that are interactive and they're educational for the whole team are amazing. And when that happens, usually somebody will post, oh yeah, Jenny Lou does this great video on what she packs and it's all in 2 bags, or Beth Bluemaster. So anyway, we can all help each other find those kinds of things, but sitting down to watch a 7-minute YouTube video on how somebody else packs their stuff can be so beneficial. And then you'll go, why did I wait 3 months to watch this video and it only took 7 minutes? So that's what I'm trying to encourage, is that ongoing learning process. Great question, by the way. Okay, let's see. Any last questions? Where's my event? I got lost. Rachel, you have the same paper as me? I love it. I love it. Okay, let's see. Aubrey has a great question. How, I'm just dying that you have my paper. And somebody else who has this paper is Allison Alford. She, when I first mailed her some of this, she was like, what paper is this? I must have it. So yeah, it's good paper. Okay, Aubrey's question is, how are you planning on implementing this with your new team members? Just starting them on the week they start? Yes, I think that's a good plan. I don't have a complete quick start system. The Nest kept saying they were going to come out with one, and then they came out with that, the mentor checklist. Let me see what that thing's called. And let me share that so you guys know what I'm talking about. So they came out with this thing called the new designer mentor checklist. So the first week, what do you do? What's the designer do? They're supposed to be doing and being trained on. And I think this is 4 weeks. Yeah. So in a way, it's too much information, and in a way, it's not enough of the right information, but it's still really, really helpful and much, much better than nothing. And so it's a great place to start. I like to have my own that includes things like, this is your daily activity planner. This is how you grow your business. The problem is not everybody wants to be a big business builder, but you could introduce them to it when they first get started, or you could wait until you determine if they're going to be a part-timer or a big-timer, or if they call you and say, gosh, you know, Aubrey, I don't really know what's happening with my business, but I thought everybody was going to have parties and they're not, and I can't seem to get anybody to buy anything. Then it's a great time to introduce this and challenge them just to 7 days of daily activity, or 30 if they're up for it, and tell them it's going to be a shot in the arm of what their business needs, and they will be shocked at the outcome if they actually do the work. Thanks for the comment, Shannon. She said Mama Dini's called her and she had to run, but she loves it and she's going to get going. That's awesome. Okay. It's decaf coffee. It is coffee, but it's decaf, Rebecca. You're so funny. I do drink coffee all the time, but I wanted a little treat, and my it's too personal. I'm using a creamer in there that's a little bit sweet, and so it's like a little dessert sort of. That's all. What was I going to tell you? That I decided to try the paleo diet. Started like 10 days ago, so I'm doing no dairy. So it's a coconut creamer, and it's like slightly sweet because I don't like almond milk. And anyway, it doesn't matter though. Okay, any more questions? I love you guys. Thank you for all the positive feedback and all the questions and interaction. I really appreciate all of it. You guys are amazing. I know your businesses are going to do crazy things. So let's upload the PDF. Love you all. I'll talk to you soon. Good night.